Why is some audio enthusiasts so critical of the price of performance gear, but car enthusiasts typically aren't for exotic cars? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Hey folks, I'm Gene Delasalo with Audioholics. So I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a while. I've been thinking about it. As many of you know, I'm a huge car enthusiast. I love performance cars. I love watching videos on them. I love driving them whenever I have the opportunity. And I actually own a BMW M240i that I just love driving. It's just a fun car to drive. So it had me wondering when I watch these car channels, and one of my favorite ones is one called Throttle House. I don't know if you guys have ever watched them, but they are hilarious and informative, and they do a great job with road tests of many exotic cars. They do reviews of less expensive cars, but they go all the way up to like $1 million Bugattis. So when I look at the comment sections on those videos, I never really see the viewers shaming the car for being too expensive or claiming that a Kia Stinger is every bit as good as a BMW M4 competition for a third of the price. I just don't see that. But when you look at when we do reviews of expensive audio gear, there's lots of comments that pop up saying, well, for a fraction of the price, I could get brand X and it's just as good and it'll cost you a lot less and you could save your money and do other things. Case in point, when we do a review of, let's say, a Perlisten S7T, this is the special edition version. So this is a very special speaker. It's expensive. It's 30 grand a pair. But the state of the art of engineering that's in a product like this, the fact that it could play at THX Dominus levels and have such incredible dispersion characteristics and have great on and off axis performance, which gives you incredible sound wherever you're sitting in a room. It's a much different experience when someone, tries to say, well, this monoprice speaker is every bit as good for a lot less money as long as you don't overdrive it and you apply some type of EQ or DSP to it. That couldn't be further from the truth. And I'm not shaming monoprice. That Encore speaker for $800 a pair, we reviewed it favorably. It's a great speaker in its price category, but in no way, shape, or form is it up to the class of a Perlisten speaker. Regardless of what kind of magic DSP you apply to a speaker like that, it could never be as good as something like the Perlisten. It just can't. It's the same thing with amplifiers. When we go and review, let's say, the NAD M23, that is such a good amplifier that I had to change my test fixture in order to accurately measure the noise and distortion performance and the amount of power delivery it did and the efficiency of it. It's truly a benchmark product, but it's expensive. So as soon as when I posted a review on that, people came in saying, well, you could get the Crown XLS amplifier for a lot cheaper and it's more powerful and it'll save you a lot of money. Yeah, it is probably more powerful and it is cheaper, but in no way, shape, or form is that at the same quality level of the NAD amplifier. The Crown's a great amplifier for sound reinforcement, for areas where you don't care about noise and distortion performance. When you're out in an outdoor venue or a concert, those kind of amplifiers make sense. That's what they're designed for. They're not really designed to be into a noise-isolated home theater room for the very best performance. You're just not going to get the level of transparency in an amplifier like that, like you are from the NAD M23 example. So it just has me wondering, why is it that car enthusiasts love high performance cars? They never go in and say, and they never look at a review of a new Corvette and say, well, you could go get a Subaru WRX. It's a lot less money and the same performance. They just don't do that. I just don't see that very typical. But almost any time we do reviews of expensive gear, there's always some weekend warrior or some keyboard commander that comes in saying they could go stack some Crown amplifiers or get some monoprice speakers or get some, off-brand speaker that's a lot less money than the premium stuff that we're reviewing. I'm just kind of curious. I'm not bashing any of the brands. In fact, I love monoprice and I love all of the cheap brands. I like covering these products. I like to cover all the different budgets that suit people's needs. I understand everybody has fixed budgets, but I don't like the gaslighting that some of these audiophiles or audio enthusiasts do that tell you that you can get the same level of performance from a product that's not designed to be at that performance level for a tenth of a cost or fractions of a cost. So I'm curious what you guys think about that. If you like the video, please hit the thumb up, hit the subscribe. Don't forget about our Patreon channel. at patreon.com/audioholics. We appreciate your support. You get direct access to me if you want to suggest video topics. Give me some comments. What are your favorite cars? Are you into exotic cars? Do you like seeing performance stuff? And do you like seeing performance gear? Even if you can't always afford this high-end audio gear, isn't it fun to just kind of see the performance level that it offers? I certainly love playing with it. I hope one day that I could drive a Bugatti, but I doubt I'll ever be able to step foot in one. I definitely will never be able to afford one, but I still aspire to that, and I still love seeing those reviews. So that's all I have to say about that topic. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, my friends, keep listening. I already know the comments you guys are going to make down below after you watch this video. What about the laws of diminishing returns, and how does that apply to audio? That's a great question, and I plan to address that in a future video.